Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett, and today I'm going to get into a video on how to install the Pixel 2 Toast Realwood case. Now, as far as this goes, I have the back, the fronts, the buttons, and obviously the cloth that comes with it, the alcohol cloth to clean the Pixel. Now, with this one in mind, I want to mention that I did get this case for free to review, and I figured I might as well do a installation video on top of that to help anyone who's trying to decide on buying this. Now, with that one in mind, I will have a link down below to the review video and also to where you can pick up this case and others like it for other type of phones and tablets and laptops and whatnot. Now, as far as this goes, the installation portion of it, I'll be using the installation guide that comes with the box itself, and it seems pretty straightforward. The one thing I really didn't think of before doing this is I didn't really think of actually plugging in my USB into the phone itself to make sure everything lines up. So there is some actual good information on there, so it's best to just take a quick glance on it. It's only a couple steps anyways. Now, for those of you who are wondering, because I know this question might come up, the case, it is meant to stay on there, but you can take it off. In fact, it gives you instructions on how to take off the case if need be with a blow dryer, just to heat up the adhesive under it to release it. And this goes with any Toast product. I've played with a few of them, and they're pretty easy to deal with. Now, as far as that goes, the first step is to make sure, and I'm have to get my phone and try to take the case off, but first step is to make sure that the actual wood case fits. So let's go ahead and try the back first, since that should be the easiest. And from here, from this angle, it looks like everything fits right there. Again, it might be best for you to take the USB and plug that in to make sure that fits, which I'm going to play with for a little bit. Now, obviously make sure the front fits, and the purpose of this is basically, if it doesn't fit, it's best to know now before you move on. And I have to get a better angle on this to see if it fits. Yep, it looks like it all fits. So with that one in case, the first step after that is to actually take the cloth, the alcohol cloth, and let's clean off the actual phone. Alright, I think I got all the sides. Alright, so as far as that, with the Pixel flat on the table, align the cover on top of it. So let's just do the back first. So one of the things I like to do is, instead of just peeling it all off, same thing with screen covers and whatnot, is just put on as what you need. Because if you take off more than what you need, you can get dirt and nasties trapped under it. In this case, it can actually cause problems because of the adhesive may not stick. And same thing with any adhesive, it really doesn't matter. Alright, so as far as this goes, I'm just going to take it all off. It's not a lot. Alright, the biggest thing I got to make sure is the camera. It's coming off pretty easy. But I highly suggest for you to make sure that I have that line. I highly suggest that you take it off slowly. Don't just throw it all on there at once, especially if you've never done anything like this. What I'm doing is there's a mic down here. I'm making sure it's not being covered. Alright, as you see here, it's pretty good on that. So let's actually do what it says and roll it. So getting back to, I'm not really sure what you missed. My camera, I just found out it went out during the middle of recording this. So as far as things goes, putting it on is not that difficult at all. The buttons actually were the easiest part of putting this on. Simply figure out, like right here with the SIM card area, thing to note is the note that the dot, where the dot is, and I'll tell you where that goes. And then with the other two, it's kind of dead simple. And I'll suggest that you go ahead, if you have your phone on, go ahead and test that out and whatever, and that will tell you if they are good to go. Now, as far as things goes, one of the difficult things I'm dealing with right now is, let's go ahead and close that, is the corners. They seem to not want to stay stuck, but what I'm planning to do is put them into this, and what that's going to do is hopefully push it. See, my whole plan, the entire thing, was to put it into a case, either this or something else. And what that would do is that would this protects it from scratches, obviously, but not so much from massive drops. And with the environments that go in, I'm always have to be cautious about that type of thing. Now, given that the only thing you got to worry about is the back, well, that's about it. Again, as you're putting it on, I'll suggest, instead of what I did is slap it right on, what I suggest is slowly deal with it, and that way you can line it as you put it down, and that way you protect the adhesive as much as possible. But because we got front, let's go ahead and clean the front as best as we can. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is make sure that the camera is lined up, which is very difficult because it's black on black. So let's make sure all the stuff is lined up, because if it's not, then we're just fairly easy. Now, one thing I want to mention is I think it's a little bit more difficult to put a phone together than a computer, because the thing you got to keep in mind is with the phone, you have to deal with more parts, the microphone, the other ports, whatever it may be, and the something that I just needed notes. But anyways, so what I recommend at this point is rolling it as the thing said. So rolling it on all sides. Note that. So as far as playing with it for a little bit, what I found is, I'll see if I can get better pictures of this if I can't do it on video, but it actually pushed some air bubbles up. What a possible solution is that you can actually take a coin and start pushing the air bubbles out. This is the same technique if you're tinting a car. You would use, obviously not a coin because it's too small, but a card, debit card or credit card or whatever. And it basically, you're looking for curved objects, and that way it will keep it from pinching and breaking the seal. So it'll keep its protection, but it'll push it around. And while it might not get rid of the bubbles, it will hide them. It will disperse them all up and down. At worst, at best, it will help get rid of them. What I think happened is this tightened onto it, so it basically caused it where it pushed the screen protector up and pushed some air bubbles up. I have to work on that a little bit. But this looks pretty good. Now, one thing I want to mention is I'm going to keep this on here to help the adhesive hold to it for a little bit. But this seems to be bulging out a little bit, so note that if you have a case and whatever. I'll cover this a little bit more into the review, but just note that. What I would recommend is if you do have a case for it, and if it does fit into it, then let it sit into it. From my experience with adhesives, sit anywhere 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever. And that way it helps with the bond. I'm not saying that with toast, but that's just my experience with adhesives and materials like that. Is if you have something holding on to it for a set amount of time, then it helps with the entire process of helping it seal up. So when you ever take the case off, it'll keep its shape. So as far as that goes, if you like this, whatever, then feel free to check out the review video. But with that one in mind, feel free to check out the toast case at the toast store, and I'll have an Amazon link down below if you want to help me out. And with that one in mind, hope you have a great day.